Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while. It's like February. It's cold and not much car stuff going on when the roads are all salty and stuff. But the weather's kind of decent today. There was some stuff I wanted to do, so this one kind of put itself in priority. The coolant sensor. I noticed on my my Holly here, I have the coolant temp sensor on the Holly gauge. Here, I'll show you guys. Yeah, so this is the coolant temp sensor. It's working right now, but it has been intermittently giving me an error, and I know exactly why. So it's giving me an error, and basically it's because the wires are melted. It's right against the header, and it's a bit of a problem. I really don't have a solution for it other than to try and insulate it. Yeah, the wire's cooked, and now it's intermittently throwing an error. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen exactly in the terminator. Like when your coolant sensor is not working, I would hope that it defaults to turning the fans on. I'm not really sure. I should look into that, see exactly, or if you can program it somehow to, if that, if you ever lose the coolant sensor, that it just kicks the fans on automatically all the time, and that would at least get you home without overheating or whatever. But yeah, so let's go into the hood. I'll show you what I'm working with. Okay, so coolant sensor. This motor's all dirty. I gotta shine my pipes. Coolant sensor is down here. See, I tried with one of these spark plug boots to keep it protected. Yeah, it's down there, and for sure underneath there those wires are cooked. So let me get the wire out and see what it looks like. I'm positive it's cooked. I know that's what the problem is. But yeah, this is the LS engines. That's the coolant sensor there. There's also another one, because the heads are reversible. You could put a head on the other side if you wanted to. So there's one back here as well, which I just have a plug back there. Put this guy down here. And yeah, as you can see, I have even less room there to put a sensor, so that's out of the question. What I wanted to show you guys was the sensor itself. Now this sensor here is 3 wires. Typically, they only have 2. Now, if you go on Amazon or Rock Auto or whatever and look up a 98 Camaro or Trans Am LS1 F body, it has a 3-wire sensor. The other ones only have 2, and that 3rd wire is for the gauge. Now, what I did before, I just had the regular 2-wire sensor, and I had a separate sensor for the gauge, which I had that down here. I had it, well, I since changed the water pump, but I had it on the water neck down here, I think it was. So that, I just basically had a separate sensor for just the gauge, and that worked. The only issue was that's a terrible spot to put it, and that's, I think that's where the water comes in from the radiator. So it would, basically, the car would have to be up to full temperature before the gauge would even move. So I found out about this guy, and I was like, oh, well, there we go. That just solves all my problems. I have one sensor and just run a wire to the gauge and 2 to the computer, and that's it. Well, the problem is when you physically look at these 2 different sensors, which I don't have the old one to compare, the 2-wire sensor. The 2-wire sensor is significantly shorter, I think it's like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch. So this sensor pushes everything out closer to the header over there, and it's getting hot as balls. So I bought some stuff on Amazon to try and mitigate the heat. First thing I'm going to do is, this is high temp electrical tape. So yeah, high temp electrical tape, and then this is some also high temp tape. This is like heat shielding. This kind of stuff you would probably put like around your starter wires or something, that's close to your headers or whatever. And then this is basically the same thing, but it's a sleeve. So I'm going to try and wrap it with this stuff, and then slide it through a sleeve of this stuff. And hopefully it protects that sensor a little bit. And it lasts a little while. I mean, yeah, I got all this stuff on Amazon. It's fairly cheap. I think it was $7 for this. And, I don't know, I think I spent like $25 for everything or something. But yeah, let's dive into it. All right, so I pulled that little spark plug protector away, and look at this. Oh my god, it is so crispy, crusty. Look at that. It's like just fucking dust coming off of it. That thing is shot. Man, yeah, that is crispy, man. Holy shit. So what I'm going to try and do is just you know, unscrew that sensor and swap the new one in like as quick as I can. Some antifreeze will drop. I'll rinse it off and it won't be a big deal, but yeah, that shit is crispy, son. Holy shit. See this? I mean, the spark plug book, you know, what can you do there? You know, this, it just gets so hot. Like under full throttle, it's probably 1500 degrees there. You know, I don't know what's going to survive there. So hopefully this stuff that I'm doing now will help, but I don't think this is the last of my coolant sensor issues. Yeah, it's just too damn hot right there, man. That is crazy. Look at how crispy that thing is. Holy shit. Okay, so I got I had a little heat shield here. I removed that to give me some better access. But yeah, there was nothing even left of the plug, like the little snap plug to, you know, unsnap it and snap it in. It just melted. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, I guess, I don't know if header wrap would, I mean, these are ceramic coated headers, but I don't know if header wrap is better, but I'm not a fan of header wrap, but I might have to, you know, just with the heat. The heat is crazy, you know. That is amazing, like what it did to those wires. It's just crazy, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, I got the new sensor in. That wasn't too bad. Lost like, I don't know, an ounce or two of coolant. I just did a quick look at this thing. Oh my god. Shot. Won't focus. Anyway, it's pretty crispy. But so yeah, what I gotta do now is this green wire, this is the one that goes to the gauge. I put a little connector on it just to make it dummy proof so I can never mix them up. Yeah, that's the one that goes to the gauge, and then these two go to the computer. So I'm gonna snip these guys and reconnect the new pigtail, and maybe I should put the sleeve over it. Maybe I should slide the sleeve over. I'll test it out, see if the sleeve fits over this. It should. I think I got 1 inch, so it should slide through that. But I'll check it first, and then yeah, we'll do some shrink wrapping and some wiring and get this bitch up and running. Okay, I got the wires all wired up. I'm gonna tuck it in this bad boy, tuck it in the wire loom there, and then wrap it with the various kinds of tape that I bought and see if that helps. So yeah, oh yeah, and what job wouldn't be complete without a old knuckle scrape? Okay, I got the electrical tape on there. This stuff is really nice. I don't know if I bought the good brand or the imitation brand, but it's almost like you know, like wire harness covering material. Yeah, it goes on real nice, sticks real good. The only thing is it doesn't, you can't tear it. you know, like tear it to break it when you go to rip a piece off. It doesn't work. You got to cut it with the scissors. But yeah. All right, now let me get the high temp stuff on there. This is high temp too, but we'll get the chrome high temp. Okay, yeah, now I got this stuff on there. Now I'm gonna put try and get a piece of this sleeve over it, and try and get it like all the way up against the head, all the way over it, completely covering it. That might take some finagling, but see if we can get that to happen. Yeah, see if it works. All right, I got it plugged in. I'll tell you what, that was a motherfucker. All right, now what I want to try to do is get this sleeve down, over, and all the way up against there to try and protect it from the heat. Okay, that's it. It's not touching. Sensor's protected as good as it can be. Let's see how that does. We'll take it for a test drive. Warm it up. Clean up all this shit. And see how it does. Okay, let's see if it works. I'm pretty sure it will. The first thing I noticed too when it started going on the fritz was my factory gauge intermittently would work or not work. I'm like, uh-oh, something's going on there. But yeah, and then it was throwing, and it said error. And I was like, oh shit. And yeah, it was intermittent, so yeah, let's see how it goes. The machine. I'll let it run for a little bit and then check the coolant. I didn't lose much. But yeah, I don't know, maybe quarter cup I lost. That was pretty quick. Yeah. So maybe I'll just let that go, and then next time, before I start it, I'll check it. It's alright, a little smoky, a little stinky. Maybe a piece of plastic on the old sensor. I'll keep an eye on it. I think it's gonna be okay. We're at almost 140 degrees. Yeah, before I just had, a piece of wire loom around it and one of those spark plug wire protectors on it, and it's that was like a year ago, two years ago. So over time, it definitely got cooked, but this should last as longer, and hopefully that fixes the problem. Yeah, I don't know what else I could do besides moving the sensor somewhere else, but you want it in the cylinder head. I don't know where else you could put it that would be optimal, and yeah, the other cylinder head's a no-go. I thought about maybe putting like a 90-degree fitting on there so the sensor would be up, but then it won't get any coolant flow around it. I guess it would get some, but it wouldn't be accurate. You need that sensor dicky like right in the stream of the water so you get accurate engine temperatures. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys got any suggestions on like sensor replacement, or I don't know, I guess maybe you could do the bottom, I don't know, the bottom radiator hose or something, but it's got to be the cylinder head to be accurate. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you soon. Later.